Well, there you go. Hey, welcome back to the garage, everyone. All right, we're going to continue disassembling the front suspension system on our W126. The first order of business is removing the brake caliper. So that is a 19 millimeter. You just gotta love air tools. It's the dreaded Mercedes lip around the disc. You know, my Volkswagen does that. Okay, Mercedes people, answer me this. Why would you design a braking system where the disc pads do not wear all of the disc? They leave a lip on the outside. Is that by design? If it is, they were high when they did it. So now I have to expand these disc pads a little bit to get this off of here, or just bang the hell out of it with a hammer. All right, we're going to try a different tactic. There's a couple of different things you can do. You can try to remove the pads from the disc caliper, or you can try to sand down the ridge on the disc and then move it, and then move the sanded portion into the position here so that you can make yourself a slot so you can pull this off. But you can't sand down the back side because the dust shield goes all the way around. So you can only sand down the front side, so you'd still be banging on the damn thing. So I'm going to see if I can't pull the pads out and then pull the caliper off. That's my mission. So let's disconnect the brake wear sensor wires. I'll have to replace those anyway. The whole wiring on that is dilapidated. Let's get these pins out of here. See if we can get these wires out of here. These brake pad sensor wires. Well, no, let's see. I might be able to get that clip out of there without, yeah, there we go. I'm trying to do this in as non-violent way as I can. Thank you, Germany. What kind of brand is that? That is Pagid, P-A-G-I-D. All right, we're going to put this on a piece of wire. All right, we're not doing a brake job. We're doing a front suspension rebuild, but turns out we had to do the brake job anyway. I think they're all right. These pads are actually, you know, they got a lot of meat on them. I mean, look at that. But that one right there got a little boogered up. That's a southern term. It got a little damaged on the inside from ripping it from the disc. Okay, enough of that. That was ridiculous. Let's see if we can't get the lower control arm ball joint loose. Well, there you go. I guess we really do have to buy a new lower ball joint separator. All right, well, that was a big fail, wasn't it? So I looked online and found a ball joint separator. I got this off Amazon. It was around 37 bucks. The name of the company is OTC, I think. I'll put the link in the description below. Well, let's give this thing a try and see how it works. Let's get this thing started here. There's a little dimple in the in the end of the ball joint. And I believe that's got it. So got plenty of meat to grab a hold of there. And I hope so. And you know what's going to happen if we break this part right here? Not a damn thing. I'll just buy another one. Oh, you guys want to see something cool? I found this on eBay. Napa. It's an oil can. Good old USA stuff. So let's put a little oil on our tool here. I'm not absolutely sure why tool manufacturers tell you not to use impact wrenches with devices like this, but I really don't care. So let's see what happens here. Now you should note that this is a $37 tool, not their Mercedes tool, which is like, I don't know, 150 bucks. So this tool does not grab as much meat on the bottom of the end of the control arm as you would like. So we're going to see what happens here. It may bend the tool. Hallelujah! I think we got it. You can see where the ball joint nut is now flush with the top of the control arm. We can now take this thing apart. I hereby declare this OTC tool worthy of my shop. Now we can get our rotor assembly down from the rope that I have it suspended. 3 things we still have left to do. 4 things actually. Remove the lower control arm, the guide rod, and we also have to remove this, what the service manual refers to as the braking support mounting bracket. You have a bushing here, a bushing here, you've got a ball joint and a bushing up in there, you've got a bolt here, you've got a bolt here, and you've got 3 bolts right there. And once you take all 5 bolts loose, this entire assembly should come down from the car. All right, I'm going to take the lower control arm out next, I think. Why not? Hey, you know, at this point, it's anybody's ball game. We can do this however we want. And to get the upper control arm out, I've got to lower the car to do that. So we're going to do this low stuff first. We marked our eccentric earlier. There you go. One W126 lower control arm. The bushing on this side of the car doesn't look that bad. Matter of fact, it seems pretty solid. But the one on the other side of the car is completely shot. So, you know, you might as well do both sides, right? So, all right, we're going to set this aside. All right, let's get this braking support mount off of the car. So those three bolts right there where the braking support mounts to this cross bracket is, those are 17s. And this bracket goes all the way across the car, but it's not connected to anything other than these braking supports on either side of the car. It's not connected to the transmission or the frame or anything else like that. All right, there you go. Braking support, W126. Might as well get that tie rod off. I'm guessing that's a 17 millimeter. Man, look at that. Let's see if we can get it off with the Ed China way. Hey, look at that. Ed China was right. All right, that leaves the upper control arm. You are next, sir. First things first, I'd recommend raising your hood all the way up on your Mercedes. So the upper control arm bolt is down in a little cubby hole, and I believe that you can see it right there where the shadow of my finger is touching it right there. Pay no attention to those leaves. That's unimportant. Cleaning and detailing will come later. The nut is on this side inside the engine bay here on the fender well. So all I really need to do is get a wrench down in there, a long one. All right, so we're going to break out the cheater bars. Woo. Man, that thing was on there. Mercedes didn't want that coming off. I love these things. Hallelujah. One upper control arm nut. All right, we're going to disconnect the upper control arm from the sway bar. It takes a 17mm socket. Well, there wasn't much to that, was it? This upper control arm ball joint, by the way, is pretty stiff, but it was dry as a bone. Let's use a hammer. Oh, hell, that was too easy. These are not serviceable or repairable or rebuildable. You have to buy this whole assembly. And that's what the inside of the ball joint looks like. And you can see right in here, you see all that brown stuff? That's the rust. The rubber broke and all the grease leaked out. There's grease and broken hardened rubber all mixed in it, and moisture was allowed to get in there, and it's all rusty. I don't know if you can see this, but this bushing surface has a fairly large amount of wear on it. There's a lot of galling. So really, this part was done. Nothing like a good hammer. Jeremy Clarkson was right, you know. What we'll do next is we'll go ahead and rebuild the lower control arm, which basically is replacing the bushing. Next, we'll rebuild the, what do you call this thing? I've seen it referenced in so many ways, in the service manual, on YouTube, on other internet sites. Parts sites call this a guide rod. The service manual calls it a braking rod. This is a braking mount bracket. I don't know what the hell you want to call it, but we got to rebuild it because we got all the parts. There's a bushing here, there's a bushing here, there's a ball joint and a bushing in there. I got new tie rod ends coming in from Moog. They are greasable. I did not purchase Mercedes because these are not greasable. And honestly, I think that's kind of stupid. You know why they're not greasable? Oh, it's the engineering. Oh, they last forever. They don't need to be. No, bull crap. It was cheap, okay? Same with Japanese cars. They put these things on here. They made them cheap, and that's why. You could buy a good one. My old Cadillac, still got the original stuff under it. It's greasable, okay? It's got an Alamite. The Moog I ordered, it's going to have a little Alamite right there, and you're going to be able to grease them. You're going to be able to lubricate them. So, all right, I'm going to get off my high horse on that one. The upper control arm is going to come in complete. Don't have to do anything to it. All we got to do is install it. I'm not going to mess with the bearings inside the hub. They're good. They don't seem to have any issues. During all of this, I may go ahead and do a brake job. The brake pads have plenty of meat on them. But the rotors have a nice little lip right here. I don't know what I'm going to do about that yet. So more to come on that. But for now, I'm going to have to call this a video, folks. It's stopping time for me tonight. We've got this whole front corner disassembled, and we're going to start rebuilding all these components during our next video. So stay tuned for that. Hey, listen, I wanted to say that I really appreciate you guys stopping by my channel. When I checked earlier, I had 180 subscribers. I know that doesn't sound like a lot to a lot of people, but it's a lot to me, and I want you to know I really appreciate it. So, as always, please like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more cool videos. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.